here today. We're looking at pretty much all the evidence that I've pulled out of my Apple Valley home. In 2014, I discovered a couple boxes, bags belonging to Magdy Osman, my stepfather, which contained a lot of evidence linking him to the 9/11 incident. The World Trade Center, not only the World Trade Center on 9/11, but also the World Trade Center bombing in '93. So we got basically his involvement with different aspects of the terrorist network that was linked to the 9/11 attack. We have the 9/11 hijackers, but also you have in his belongings a list of names and numbers of all the hijackers, plus their rental service, the car rentals from Avis. And you can note that it's on the paper from Medina, Jeddah, which is in Saudi Arabia. Now this guy, he's, as long as I've known him, Magdy Osman, this person right here, he was claiming from 94 until 2013, still to this day I'm sure, that he's a neurosurgeon. At best, he's a medical device salesman. But we have him with his doings around the world, going to Saudi Arabia. It seems like he was the one who recruited the 19 hijackers, but it was actually 20, since one of them was Musawi, who was caught here in Egan, attending the Pan Am flight school, who was taken into custody and was prevented from being the 20th hijacker. Some videos. You want to note the Afghanistan Jihad Mujahideen video, basically one of the oldest known videos describing the conflict in Afghanistan between the Russians and Bel-Azam terrorists, and basically it's a propaganda video, a recruitment propaganda video. There's actually two videos here, it seems like. What else can you say? We've got some financial transactions the guy's been doing, sending money to people who are linked to the 9/11 attack. Namely this person here, Osman, who works in Sirdak, U.S. military personnel, who, as far as I know, has expressed concerns to attack the United States behind closed doors. A radical type person. Also, we've got in the material that I found was this NCR bag. Apparently, Magdy's brother worked for the NCR Corporation, a very large corporation that now oversees pretty much all of the ATM transactions in the world. And it appears that this person, Magdy's brother Gamal Osman, was killed in a staged car accident. This a picture was retrieved from the bag, the NCR bag. All of this material, most of this material, except for some of this stuff here, the books, of course, were taken, were put here, but the rest pretty much was found in a bag. This picture is of Gamal in the car, Gamal Osman, the one who worked for NCR, and I believe that this is Magdy Osman, whose face has been bleached out. So when I found this picture in my basement, and all this material, I gave it to my friend Tony Osman, whose dad is Gamal Osman, and on that day he had never seen a picture of his own father before. These pictures were in the belongings of Magdy Osman, which pretty much indicate that he murdered his brother, staged the murder. And as you can see from this picture here, which was taken later by Gamal's son, there's no grave whatsoever, which is very odd in the Egyptian culture, or any kind of culture, not to mark your dead at all. just kind of tragic. Here I've just put together some of the pictures of Magdy, kind of in a chronological order. Um, we've got underneath him his kids, and these two were from a woman named Manal, which you can see in this picture. His wife from Egypt had these two children. Not sure exactly who this child is. On the back here it says Carmen Miranda, 1995. About the time he married my mom, 1994. Uh, who knows if that's one of his, but we know for a fact that he had a child named Jessica with a woman who turned up dead, apparently by heart attack. She had some type of heart failure, which caused her to die. And I learned that Magdy had a child with this woman named Jessica uh, when I was in Minnesota about, I don't know, 12 years later, 15, almost uh, 94, 2000, so that would have been about 6 years later. Found out that he had a child with a woman in Utah as he was married with my mom named Jessica, who's, again, the mother she just was dead. No one knew anything about it. Magdy's brother, Nasser Osman, I don't think we have a picture here, but Nasser Osman had gone to the FBI and stated that he believed Magdy killed the mother of Jessica to cover up his out of wedlock child, which could have led him to be deported, I'm sure. And then they kind of laughed him off. But then Nasser Osman died also of the same heart failure type related cause of death, I guess. Both wound up with the same type of cause of death. Um, so that's pretty much where we're at here. We've got two years worth of digging. Um, we took all this out of the basement and didn't really know what to make out of it. Looked at it and mined it. We found it to be kind of disturbing, and we want everyone to know in the U.S. in law enforcement that I believe Nabil Ashur, my name's Nabil Ashur, that Magdy Osman and this woman Azza Michelle are linked. Well, they're definitely linked to Al Qaeda. You have jihad videos. You have money laundering. It seems like, and then detailed information of terrorists coming into the U.S. You can have someone who knows Arabic translate these for you, and you'll give you a better understanding of what you're looking at. These are the names, and these are the names of the hijackers, basically. Also, we found a video which was interesting of the aftermath of the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. Some news coverage of the trial of Khalid, the blind sheikh guy here, who issued the fatwa to blow up the World Trade Center. Magdy had taped a VHS video of kind of the aftermath and trial of this person here, who I know that he's linked and met with in New Jersey. The group that ordered the attack on the World Trade Center, it appears they're a group called the Egyptian Islamic Jihad, and they come before Al Qaeda. And that's pretty much the gist of things here. We have a side note here, which is an issue of Club magazine, a nude magazine that was found in the same, just found it randomly, in a licensing, the professional licensing for the what is the Utah Administration for Drug Administration. So basically, he was able to get drugs, and I suspect that he was using his knowledge of drugs and his ability to get his hands on drugs to actually murder people. People that I know, people that I was friends with. Nasser Osman was my uncle-in-law, but he's also my good friend. So this is very personal and emotional to deal with. But we're doing our best. Here we have, just kind of like showing you what kind of person Magdy Osman was. This is my stepfather, and as long as I know him, I knew him to be a very perverted individual. Um, I don't know how my mom ever married this guy, uh, but that's just the way it is. That's how it works. The guy, very sick man, and I believe that he was actively involved in the 9/11 attacks. And we know this actually because he had taken my friend Tony Osman, his nephew, to fight in Afghanistan and Pakistan, and he was the one who picked him up from Afghanistan and Pakistan. This is not debatable. I don't know how someone can get away with this type of terrorist activity and still consider himself a human being, but this is a wake-up call to all the law enforcement in the U.S. and to be aware 100% that you've got two people roaming around who are tied to 9/11 more than anyone else in the world, even Osama bin Laden himself. These people are acting in the U.S. They have the resources to act, and what else can I say? Thank you very much.